Hello everybody, welcome back. It's a beautiful day at camp. It's just a gorgeous day. You wouldn't know it now, but there are thunderstorms coming this evening, possibly severe at times. And rain all night, thunderstorms through the night, and rain all day tomorrow. And I don't know how long it goes on. Maybe the next night. Long enough that we're going to get out of here before the severe storms move in. I've been up here working and mostly mowing and picking up branches, taming the land some more. And let me see, I'll show you a couple things around here. So on our last trip, we started all the way down there at the end, right? Had to clear out a fallen tree and some branches that had fallen, and got this initially mowed and kind of mulched up. Left the mower on like its highest setting and just kind of mulched it. Cleaned this area all out. This was the bigger part of it, was kind of establishing a bit of a camp. A place that's just friendly to, not stepping over branches and rocks and everything. Had a big fire. Burned all those branches and a lot of the debris that was around here. So that was the main part of it. Now, this time up, I've lowered the mower deck a little bit more. We've gone over all this again. I've mowed all this down a good bit shorter, but I've also mowed, and actually I raised the mower deck back up, and there's a couple of areas I've been working on, and this is one of them. I've been picking up branches and mowed all this back in here. I'm gonna bring, I didn't bring all the necessary tools I should have. Little trees like this, gonna thin a lot of these little guys out of here and clean messes up like that. And there's numerous ones of those around. This mess, right? There's a work that those two might be combined and have like one central fire and just work. The chainsaw and this one here. Oh, what these are some messes that will be dealt with as time goes on. So that'll girl. And what I'm going to try to do is create a spot to turn rigs around. Here, as it stands right now, you can pull in or back in. There's really nowhere to turn around. This initially seemed like this might be a good spot to do if I clear out this dead tree and all this dead stuff, all that old grapevine. And actually, that wouldn't be much to mow that out. This could work. Or, since I started clearing this out too, I gave this a second look. I thought, you know what, these little trees, 1, 2, 3, 4, these trees, a couple other little ones, this actually wouldn't be a bad area either. So, but for now, it's workable. You can back in or pull in. What I didn't realize was, when we were up last time, that's probably been 3 weeks ago, the leaves were on and as full as they are now. And what's happened is, so the limbs didn't lean down as much, right? You get these little twigs, okay? You get these little twigs, when there's no leaves on them, they all tend to sit up higher. Once they get full leaves, and especially when it rains or the morning dew, they all droop down a good bit. But I need to bring the loppers or the pruning shears down and knock a couple of these lower ones off. Get a couple of these, that one. Just clean this out a little bit better. So we're working at it. So all right, we're gonna go back in there because I think that's gonna be a nice area. It's coming along. It's coming along pretty nice. Yeah, the woods is just here's what it is untouched. All these twigs and branches, and what a mess. You can't even hardly walk through there, right? But we've been taming it. Hey, this is all very easy, nice and cleaned up. I've been throwing a lot of these, a lot of the branches that were down, and kind of throwing them over in here with, there's another big mess. Look at all this debris. That will be a big project there on its own, cleaning all that up. But for now, and the mower did, I mean, the littlest trees, like even this smaller than this, I'm not going to do that with a push mower. It has its limits. So I think whenever I go, I bring the pruning shears up and are limbing off, taking some of them limbs off. I think that's the easier tool, just to snip those things off at the bottom and clean some of this stuff out too. And yeah, I don't want to break my mower. So yeah, all this, I just jammed the mower in around this stuff as best I could. It's pretty clear and easy walking through all of this. And we're getting a little further back from the van. Okay, so we come over and let's continue around over here. And this is a nice little area. See, look at that, all mowed, Bella. What do you think? I only mowed so back and left this patch of farms. I'll probably take this back a little further. At some point, I've been mowing for quite a while, right? Quite a while. At some point, you gotta say, that's enough for this trip. But I will mow this on back further. It's nice. There's no trees in it. A couple limbs laying in there. It's kind of thick. I need to walk it and look for any big rocks or anything. But yeah, this was all ferns and little shrubbery, little. All right, threw some more branches out of the way. And another path that goes in out through that way. You see, I think you can tell on how thinned out that. Yeah, a lot of those little ones. I'd like to clean all these little ones out of here, and maybe just leave the biggest, healthiest, straightest, undamaged trees. There's a good many of them, but all these little stragglers are, damaged from other bigger limbs falling down and hitting them, and that one there is dead. And yeah, and I stopped mowing here. Yeah, I wasn't gonna pick that old dead, deal with that old dead thing there. So there's a log in there. So I mowed up to it, a little path around it, continued on the other side over here, and we went back in here a little ways, and not far. I think I ended here, but as you can see, this isn't bad, property here. It's cleaning some of these logs up. A lot of this could be mowed and just tamed. Battle girl, where are you going back there? I see you. Come here, this way. Come on, girl. All right. So, what else are we doing down here? And then, yeah, so where the van's at, we're back in that area, came up through here, and then I mowed in here too. Same thing. I took the mower all back and get a nice straight. The wildlife trail was already here too. A couple of branches, cleaned that up some, and came over this way some. Mowed some of this, and mowed all this. Well, as best I could. Some of these mounds, they're here, are from old trees that fell and uprooted, and so that's all soil and rock. These mounds, you can see the old tree. It's up to the old tree there. That's the root ball kind of came up. Those I'm not gonna. You know what? There's gonna be mounds there. I'm not gonna bother with them. Look at this tree. Look at it. It got damaged probably when that one fell. This one got knocked down too, but it grew out so far, and the end of it's dead. And then it grew up here, and it grew up here. That's kind of weird. I'll probably trim that end off and leave these two here. And clean some of that up. But I'd say we've got 70-80% of this kind of mowed. Let's see here. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I'm kind of anxious to get some of these little thin things out of here. I'll open this up even more. Coming along pretty good. Oh yeah, and this mess here. Something tells me this is these little areas. I think the best way to deal with it instead of dragging a bunch of limbs everywhere, all the one central thing, is maybe just to bring a lawn chair, my chainsaw, and cut up the sections and just tend the fire. Just kind of hang out, feed the fire, and clean up some boards, feed the fire, and just work on an area at a time. And a bunch of branches way back in there too. But this isn't bad. No. All right, so I'm kind of focused on that, and we're kind of expanding. I guess what I got left, I should have picked that old one up too. But yeah, there's a lot to do here. You know, just chipping away at it. I think what I got to do, one thing I got left to do is I got to pull the van up because I didn't mow. You know, this is an area where I lowered the mower deck to mow down closer and cut better. I need to do this area right here where the van's at, you know, starting at about here. I didn't know that. So once we get packed up and everything, I'll pull the van up and mow, and then load the mower up last. And I might go ahead and do this area over here a little bit more once I move the van. Yeah, once I'm mowing this area, I might work in here a little bit more. So just kind of maybe from here over, just kind of mowing here as best I can, I think. I just might do that. Yeah, but it's opening up. It's opening up pretty good. And a lot of old fallen wood. Oh, you know what this is? I remember this, and I don't know how it made its way up here. This piece and that piece, that is the bottom and the back of an old bench seat out of a automobile or a truck or something. And here's an old rusty and a piece of tin. I don't know who would have brought that up here. A long time ago. Whoever did it. It's been there a while. Say Bella. Yeah, it's a beautiful day now. But, oh boy, storms are coming again. Didn't plan on staying all that long this trip anyway, so it works out. We hadn't, you know, we had a little getaway. Came up and camped and ate good and relaxed and worked, and I'll probably relax for a little while longer once I get this here done, and then head back. So back over here to our main area. I did buy a bag of grass seed, 3 pounds of grass seed for like $11. I think before we leave, before the rains come, I think I just always want this as kind of our main central camp. And a place to get lawn chairs, gather around the fire. I like to build a table. Maybe, what do they call that? Is it bushcrafting? Maybe some kind of permanent wooden table between, you know, 2 trees, or I don't know, something to put a stove or a little prep area on without having to tie up or use these purchased ones. I don't know. That's what I come up with. But I thought this would just be a nice main camp area, and I want to expand on it. So I just want to throw the grass seed kind of in this area. I don't know how much of it's going to take, but just kind of green this up a little bit, and yeah, nice soft grass. And I do want to expand this back a little bit further. This is all going to be easy. Not too. There's just a couple little twigs in here, really, a little hunk there. But I'm gonna go ahead and mow this all back some more too. It's all, you know, I'm gonna try to just tame it a little more and a little more each time we're up here. I like being able to see back through there now better, and up through there. I'm liking it. So, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna get some things packed up here. Get the van pulled forward. Finish mowing that area there, and we'll see what time it is. It's we need to get going soon. Yeah, you wouldn't know storms are coming. A couple other things got to do. Some of these old dead pines that are in here. All these old branches. The whole thing's just completely dead. those need to come out. None of them are really in danger of falling and on any vehicles or anybody, except for this one. It's probably okay as long as it's weather like this, but that is one where if we got a bad storm, it'd probably snap off. And who knows, it could come over this way a little bit or that way a little bit. But I think next time I come up, before I pull the van up, maybe I'll leave it down there a little bit, is go ahead and drop this tree. That's the only one that's really concerning me. And this one here too, but like I say, I don't think it would reach. It's not going to come out here and hit any vehicles or anything. It could fall and hit somebody, but who would be out here when it was storming anyway? I think as long as it's not storming. Yeah, if it's going to come down, it's going to come down when the wind's blowing hard. But I'll probably go and knock that one down too. What happens is, see, that's what happened to this one. Okay, went up so far, broke, and there it lays. And I'll probably get a pair of come-alongs and attach it to that end and maybe off to another tree and try to yank that out and get this to drop so I can deal with it, cut it up, and yeah, so there's plenty of cleanup work. All right, no fire this time. Nope. All right, I just have this little patch to mow. Got the van moved up. Well, it's a little bigger than it appears. It goes all the way back there. This isn't real high here. And then I'll probably put the mower deck. I do need to lower the mower deck because I want to mulch these, some of these leaves up and just get all this all mulched and mowed down a little bit. And really get over to the edge a little bit better. I did give this a light raking off and to throw grass seed down on there. And hopefully it germinates. Just gonna throw it out there and let nature take its course, I guess. It should get watered later on. And I think it's for deep shaded areas, some kind of mix. Yeah, okay, van's moved up. We're pretty much packed up. I'm gonna mow and seed and get rolling. I kind of chuckled a little bit to myself. This is one way to get a mess cleaned up. If I intentionally parked and this was at my door, I'd be getting busy. That's it. We'd be working on this area. We got nothing but time. We'll get this whole area tidied up more and more as we go. All right, I turned the generator on because I need to go sit in the air conditioning for a bit. I started getting a little carried away. I got this all mulched again, and it's real telling about this dead spot of what that does to how it chokes out the grass. Is that's where I parked the van last time we was here. And I didn't do what I did just now, is move the van and do that area. So you know, we did all that mulching and raking and burning and everything to get some of this, you know, because the grass is choked out. And look how green this got here, all through here, all the way down. You know, it's but here where I left the leaves laying and drove off, yeah, they didn't come through near as well as it would have. So now that I've mulched that up, next time we come up, this area will have greened up some. I can start recovering better. I should have done that. It'd been just as green as it is up there. Anyway, yeah, I started getting a little carried away. So I mowed, you know, about back this far. Yeah, because our front door and stuff was there. Yeah, you know, mowed this whole area. And you know, with it down at that lower setting, it's, you know, cutting nicer and mulching, and it's really going to town. And I thought, remember I did all that back there with it like up at the higher setting. It's like as high as the mower goes. I think it's 5 or 6 inches, by 5. Now it's like down to 3. I thought maybe I started going back in there and like I was gonna go through all that and give it a second cut. But you know what, before I break my mower, I need to take a walk through, and I know there's little rocks hiding. That's where these little piles come from. It's kind of like took my time, and then when I did this was, I start little piles around, and there's a little pile of rocks. Get around these different tree areas. Okay, different rocks. Hey, here's two I just pulled out. They're remote, 80% in the ground, only so much is sticking up, but it's just that sort of thing I gotta watch out for. I don't want to ruin that mower. That's not a cheap mower. So, yeah, that's not a bottom shelf Walmart or Kmart mower, right? Kmart. A little pile of rocks there. So I gotta watch not to get too excited with that thing and end up breaking it. But I have a feeling that's gonna come up with us every time we come up. And as I pick, it'll get a lower setting, and I make it a little bit wider each time too. Now we're getting a pretty wide lane here. I mowed over. I actually made a cut behind those couple little trees. Those little trees will come out just to make it a lot roomier, and because I get some limbs out. It's not bad as it is. This is the worst of it back here when you get the whole way back here where we are, but that's just a little snip and drop those couple. And a couple little bit there. That's not too bad. I would back the coachman in through all that. It'd be like a feather duster on the side, dusting it off a little bit maybe. But they're just them little twigs that bend real easy. No big heavy branches. Still, they're gonna get trimmed. Yeah, I really like how this is kind of coming along. I think I can go back in and sit in the air conditioner, for 5 or 10 minutes. Before we finish. Oh, I gotta spread that seed yet, and then I think we'll be done, and I can get water tonight when the storms come. I'll be happy if even 30% of this actually germinates, just because of the soil content and the chopped up leaves. I mean, I think it'll do okay. Even if it 30% germinates, you know what? It's gonna be a head start. It'll get that area growing, get some seed, some more grass seed introduced into that area. Reduces initial watering needs, enhances germination, improved root establishment, and promotes uniform growth. Whatever. It's a deep shade mix, ultra premium, less water required. So. Just gonna dump some in my hand, throw it. Dump some in my hand as I walk. Just keep I'll be my own spreader. Let me get this distributed. I think that concludes round 2 up here. That's we got a lot done, I think, for just our second trip up, right? We're all loaded up and locked up. And yeah, I got seed down. Just grab handfuls and through it and through it and through it. Just it's all over the place out there. So hopefully that takes and kind of get some grass growing in here. Yeah, I'm not looking for a perfect lawn, but yeah, that's trouble in these woods here. Grass doesn't stand much of a chance. You get this winter, every winter you get all the leaves in there, and the only thing left is little trees starting and all kind of little probably oaks and maples. Yeah, and others are just weeds, but the leaves just don't rot or decompose quick enough to each year. It's just, that's what you have. And if you want some green grass to come through, you have to mulch or mow once in a while and unchoke the ground. Now, if I had my tractor up here, I wouldn't even pick a lot of this stuff up, or like these, all these little twigs are. Speaking of twigs, they're getting me. All these little twigs in here, in that tiny little tree. I'd just drive through here. I just plow it. All these back in here. Yeah. I would just. Oh man, I would too. Well, that one piece up there, I wouldn't. I'd pick a couple of bigger ones up, but a lot of this, I would just mulch it, rake it up a little bit, and maybe have a fire. The tractor would cut that on work. Yeah, these two little trees. No, no to those two little trees. To some of them, but some of the little ones, yes. And all through here, you know, I'd make short work of that. Getting the tractor in where it'll fit. And so I already decided next time up, I'm just a couple of easy areas. I'm gonna pick that big old thing up, and just with the push mower, just a couple of things. There's some areas that's just easy to do. So insofar, and we're coming to mow all this here, and then right across the lane here, get a couple easy areas that, you know, have all that mowed over to about here. Yeah, it'd take 10 or 15 minutes to pick up a lot of these sticks and toss them over into the heavier stuff for a later fire. But you know, all this we're gonna try to get this all mowed over into here, I think. So we're just gonna keep at it. There's a nice area up there. I like it. Yeah, you know, these two or three trees right here, I think they're gonna go and get that mowed back to there. And a couple little ones here, these two little ones, and pick up a couple of pieces. We can get the mow line back to here. So we'll just keep, like I say, just chip away at it. It's coming along pretty nice though. I like it. Anyway, I think it's time to move along. Round 2 has come to an end. That's it. Yeah, we got a couple branches need trimmed back. We're gonna do that. That's the other thing next trip. And I only mowed down about here. I don't think I'm gonna mow this last little bit here to the road. Just keep kind of a little area of separation, maybe. Or maybe I will mow it. I don't know. We'll see. I think next trip, whether it be in the van or the Coachman, you know, I can throw that rack on the back of the Coachman just as easy. It goes on the van that has the mower and the generator and stuff on it. Of course, the Coachman has its own generator that needs attention, but anyway, I can put that rack on the back and bring the Coachman. But no matter which one I bring, I think I'm gonna take a look at the forecast and come up during a week or so that, you know, there's a nice stretch of weather. I knew there was some rain, chance of rain and stuff in the forecast. I'm like, I don't care, just give me another day or two. I just need to go up there and give it another, you know, another dose of get it under control stuff. So we did that. So anyway, it's yeah, the next trip I'm going to want to come up for a little longer stretch, you know, get a little more done, so start having some fires, do that mowing I talked about, and then start having some fires around, get some of that old debris burned up. Alright, hey, thanks for coming up to camp with us, okay? I'm kind of liking how it's coming along. What do you think? Coming along alright? Bella likes coming up here. Better. Bella. It's alright coming up here. It's nice. Alright, so we'll be back again with something else, probably. Okay? That's all I got for this video. I'll see you next time.